shit on me. I'm just going right into it.
Man, we go right into it.
Hold on. I forgot we got that. So I got
Nike
crew hat can. Don't kick the table because that shit gonna fall off.
Don't kick the table, Scott.
What's up with your man?
Man, your man's be tripping. What it do, beautiful people? Episode 18, the Unbiased Podcast. The host, D-Man Spot, back at you. Yeah, man, 18, motherfucker. We been in this bitch. We over a year and a half of shooting this shit, bro.
So this season 2?
It's in season 2.
Episode 4, right? It's average one show per month.
Hey, man, don't talk about our ratio. Plus minus, man.
That ain't our fault, nigga. It's a pandemic.
But you know we back at it. D-Man Spot, King Jones, Made 5K. $1 Million Man, Shad DiBiase.
$1 million man, get my shit right.
I'm sorry.
You know my alias.
Fucking dog.
The big champ.
About billions.
Yes, sir. You can say that.
Oh, we gonna talk about that nigga Adrian Barnes later. We'll say that for some time.
13,000 to 13 million. He said,
I like shit. That nigga can't. He had Rick Ross numbers last night.
That nigga
lying.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. Tonight we gonna pop bottles, fuck bitches, pop bottles, have sex. Monday is back to fighting bags and kicking ass.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not really. I don't feel like AB represent for us well, man. That nigga, he want to be Floyd so bad, but he don't got the same. Like Floyd could be flashy and still like AB come across like a motherfucking like a buffoon sometimes to me. I don't fuck with him.
Catch 22. Catch 22. I agree with what you said, right? But remember, AB lost to Madonna's in 2013, right? Madonna, whatever the nigga, he retired. Yo, that was 8 years ago. He 31, he was 22 years old. Like, he been fighting since he was 6. At the peak, it's hard for you to tell a young black man with money to be like responsible.
And I don't make jokes out of him. He did do
No, I'm just being honest.
He did a lot young. He broke history at a young age, so I think people had high expectations. And from that point, he just
4-time champion before 21? That's crazy.
But while we speaking on somebody, you know, AB had his greatness and all this and that. But let's talk about some young blacks that's great today. Our special guest, my man. I've known you since Young Greenbrier days.
Way back.
GB the realest.
Way back.
Biggest block in Annapolis. We talk about that another day.
Second most important. Bible the road. The second most important.
Greenbrier. Nigga straight up.
In the top 5.
Stop hating, man.
West Street Forest Drive, Bible the road. Everybody know that, but. My man, South Spitfire.
South Spitfire, Comacell Brown, man. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you having you. So,
wait, hold on, bud. Before you go any further, we have to acknowledge that Sel disavowed himself from the Redskins, and we won the division this year. So give it up for us. He a Ravens. That nigga's a Ravens fan.
Oh, I know you left us, bro.
Nah. I like both.
He knew you.
I'm a hometown guy too. That's what the Super Bowl I want to see. But let's talk about you, man. There's a lot of different places I can start at. I'm gonna kick it off with the art. I know you went to art school out in Atlanta. What was the driving force behind it to make you a young black dude from Annapolis, Maryland? What made you want to get into the art field?
Well, I mean, I was always doing the art, but what made me take it serious was I didn't know where I wanted to go to college. 12th grade, the Art Institute came to the high school and did a whole presentation. I knew that I wanted to go to school in New York or Atlanta if I did, and just ironically, they had schools all over the U.S. and they had one in DC, but they didn't have housing yet. So Atlanta just was the perfect fit. I had already went there. The city was just starting to pop.
I was going to say that. At that time, it was Atlanta.
And I was doing music too, so I just really wanted to expand everything. Like, art was, I was more so focused on music for real, but I knew art was the backup, so that was what I went to school for.
Gotcha.
Music was the main focus, so.
Gotcha. And I was gonna actually speak on the music first because I know what Keep It Raw and everything y'all was doing with the music and the transitioning from the music to the rap. When did you know that the art was going to be more of a profitable thing for you moving forward? When did you realize the transition? Because a lot of people can't give up something. If you say you want to be a rapper, you're going to rap till you 40, 50, and you might not never sell a fucking record, but you love it so much you'll do it. Right. When did you realize that the passion was in the art?
I mean, I always just had a passion for the art. I think I just switched directions.
And the profit.
Like, it was more so putting art behind the music, whether it was flyers, CD covers, or something like that. But, I mean, when I started dating my new girl, she was like, you always talk about you can paint on the canvas. Like, I ain't see you paint nothing yet. So I was like, all right, go get me one. And I painted it, and not only did it, I mean, it was just therapeutic for me. Like, I was like, damn, I ain't did this in a while. It looked good. So I just started dabbling here and there. And then, you know, when people see it and they like it, that's going to give me motivation too. So just constantly trying it and doing it over and over and getting praised for it, I'm like, man, it's gotta be profitable. So I started doing research about the business, and I mean, I'm still learning it now. I'm not no expert in it at all.
Gotcha. Taking it for me, I want to take it back even a little bit step further. Like you said, because that was one of the, which we all know, like being locally, you said that you've always been into the arts, which we can all verify that. I'm curious, do you feel like art is something that can be taught, or that's just something like a gift you have to be born with? Because I can honestly say, like drawing and painting, that type of shit.
I can't draw for shit.
I never could. I never could.
I can't do better.
Nah, and it's actually, I really learned that. I mean, I always had a personal opinion where I felt like you could do art in any type of way, and art is just not drawing.
Right.
What you're doing right now.
Right. Respect.
So I mean, you really just gotta have a passion for it. I mean, but being in the school, I seen a lot of people that didn't know how to draw. They just knew their niche, like whether it was interior design. A lot of the girls I knew that was doing graphic design, they couldn't draw a lick, but they was good at picking the right fonts, the right pictures to do a website. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just knowing your niche and finding out what that is.
That's for sure.
You know, the crazy thing about Sulla is, like you said, if you local and went to the high school, Sulla art was always stamped in the high school, doing painting the homecoming walls or making the intro music for the basketball team or anything about like that. Like even with me and Sal, like I became close with him through actually not liking him. Like he could tell you, like we first met on opposite sides. Like yo, I don't like you, you don't like me.
Diss records on each other.
He was doing diss records on me. Him and the Raw.
I got one. I was fortunate enough to get a diss record. But I felt stamped.
Sal sent a diss record to me and I would drop it off. Sal's one of the most dangerous snipers.
That nigga so good.
At the end, I ended up getting sniped by guns, so it's like, you know.
I respect it though.
Like one hand was right. That's how the cycle goes.
The industry been messing up.
I respect it. I respect how they move.
No, but the great thing about Soto, once we broke that barrier of disliking each other, he showed me so much of his talents. You know what I mean? So much of his talents in recording music, making shirts, making art, making everything we did on our side. So had a hand into it some way, somehow, from a phone call or some guidance, from Photoshop, simple Photoshop. So his talent is just.
It speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself.
You can't deny it.
I can say this now, because they ain't a rap group no more. But I always say if somebody made it all keep it raw, it would be self.
It would be self. I tell them that all the time.
Not even though Tre my man, I always said it would be self.
Right.
So
And I just want to give y'all props because I feel like nowadays, and it was probably before y'all too, but in my generation, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Everybody sells shirts these days, and everybody trying to make profit off their brand. And Bango Pop was first. I remember for a long period of time, that's all I would ever see as far as locally. Because I know we're gonna keep mentioning the word local, but it's just the aspirations of which y'all always dream bigger, regardless if it reached those people or not. I just gotta give y'all credit for that because that was the first. Now everybody who don't got a brand in Annapolis,
Right.
and y'all was first. And what was that? Early 2000s, late 90s.
I was like 2002.
Sheesh.
Even before the Bengals, I remember we was still in fucking Bates and
Y'all
stuff.
older than me though.
Ain't you on the same age?
No, y'all a year older. I'm just saying, a year don't seem like that much, but you might have seen something that before.
My point was even before it was like established that we doing a brand Banco. I'm like, so was customizing clothes and shoes and shit. Long before, am I correct?
Yeah,
long before
I
that.
was doing it with Go-Go Mo. He had a brand. Him and, I forgot the other guy.
Yeah, shout out to Mo.
So, and it was always a friendly competition back then, but we just, as far as me, I didn't know the business side of it. I was painting the shirt, bringing it to school, selling it, and keeping it moving.
So my question to you is, you went to the Art Institute of Atlanta, man. How did that open up your whole network? To today, you can still look back on it and say, like, I went through it with these people and we still connect.
At first, I felt like I wasted my money because it was expensive, and the school didn't really help us out with getting a job like they promised at the beginning.
Oh, everybody.
So, and at the time I graduated, it was right in the thick of the recession. So once we graduated, we was trying to find a job. And I remember pulling up to one of those little conventions where you know everybody out there. It was wrapped around the building. Almost 80% of the crowd was in their 30s, 40s. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting no job out here. So, man, it was just a crazy process. But we went through a struggle down there, like I'm pretty sure any of y'all did with people y'all was coming up with. So the struggle made the bond tight and learning the business. And now sitting back, coming back home and just looking at those same people I went through those struggles with. A lot of the people I went to art school with is successful right now. They partnered with big brands. Like I know 2 people that's working with Rap Snacks. I know the designer that created every bag of Rap Snacks, and I know the girl that's the marketing chief.
That's amazing.
And these people that was on day ones with you.
Yeah,
in the trenches.
And I remember when we graduated, we all was like, man, Art Institute ain't do shit for us. It wasn't no graphic design jobs. Facebook wasn't really. It was just. But it was only college students, so it wasn't out there like that. It wasn't no need like it is right now. Now, if anybody be a graphic designer, there's no way you can't find work. Because it's just so.
See, that's the thing too. I feel like for our generation was just like a very.
We went through some shit.
Because we was like that bridge between like the old. We was the bridge between the old generation and the new generation. So it's like, so I'm sure when you graduate, or when we graduated from school, a lot of our thought process was still go out, apply to a company, try to get a job, the high salary. And the generation after us is a little bit more, freelance, self-sufficient, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of funny how, like, to your point,
certain stuff because they got everything right in front.
They could do it themselves. It's more entrepreneurial. The generation that came, and we was like that bridge in between. So to your point, a lot of the schools and shit wasn't prepared to help us get jobs because that shit was kind of phasing out. If you understand what I'm saying?
And they didn't even know that the technology and the design shit was gonna reach the peak that it did. They used to have like people, you gotta come in there and draw in front of them.
They were selling us to the corporate people. Like they wanted us to go and work for a design firm. And that's what we thought was only available. Now it's like I said, I can work with a company like yours if you doing the clothing. You can pay me monthly or DSD, or you can be out there literally just offering your services. Like it's many ways. You just really gotta kick your ass.
And what year you graduated from there?
2007.
And that just show you how much time was set. That's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So that just show you how shit shifted.
The evolution
and business and all of that since then.
These kids became more resourceful. And
staying on the art. I know you just had we were talking about it. You and me were talking about it off camera. If you could just tell people, because you could run down a list of all the things you've done, but can you speak on the murals that y'all have done locally and also the exhibit at Maryland Hall? Can you just tell some people about that?
The biggest mural that everybody's seen is the Future History Now, Breonna Taylor mural.
That's amazing.
Tell them where it's at. If they haven't seen it,
it's
you go see it.
Historical black neighborhood of Parole and Chambers Park. Definitely visited. The community is welcoming, and it's turned into a tourist attraction. We had people, when it first dropped, people was driving from New York, Philly, just popping up just to take pictures. There was a black bicycle group that rode from Baltimore all the way to here just to take pictures on the mural and ride that. Like,
that's great.
It's inspiring to a lot of people.
Big time.
Yeah, so that's just the biggest one, and then you got the Carlester mural, which I led on. That's one I'm proud of.
Who's Carlester?
Buckwheat.
Okay,
and it's a good point you said that, because a lot of people didn't know him by his real name.
Right.
Like, and that whole process, and with any mural, you gotta really do your. If it's a mural of a person, you gotta really
do your research,
just like an actor would. So just digging and finding out things about Buckwheat, and while we was painting it, man, it was so many people that stopped and had stories that I never knew about Buckwheat. Like, I seen so many pictures being in the fan group that I am a Buckwheat now. Like, you really learned a lot about him, man. He was a true icon.
Annapolis Maryland legend. For anybody watching us for the first time, is not from Annapolis. Buckwheat is a figure that you don't even got to know his real name. You know who Buckwheat is.
And we have to tell them where that one at. The Buckwheat.
That's at Pinky's Liquor Store on West Street.
Right. Okay.
Definitely check that out. That's gonna be there for many years, man.
Now, a question for you. Before you say anything about the exhibit. Was it destroyed by the weather, the George Floyd mural that was downtown?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that happened. I felt like it was already a lot of backlash because I was right in the heart.
And that was one of the first ones, right? Was that the first one?
That was the first one that was there. I mean, it was cool. Ain't nobody vandalized it personally. When that hurricane came, it actually slid the mural to the middle of the street the first night, and people thought somebody picked it up and moved it. So we had already got a call like, hey, somebody moved the mural.
Right.
We picked it up, put it back, and that made it worse because it was closer back to the water. So when that second part of the hurricane came, just blew it in. But it's been fixed though. It's restored. It's supposed to be getting put it back at the Douglas Museum. So
Be there. I know, I just knew a lot of people had questions about that, and I know when I saw it gone one day, I was like, what the hell happened to the damn mural?
I feel like with that George Floyd mural being in that location, it's being from here and knowing what downtown Annapolis is, like you say, somebody called you and said it's been moved, you wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
Oh, no, not at all. That's why when it was going, I was like, yeah.
I was actually waiting for that phone call, and it came a lot later than what I really expected.
Man, that's what I thought when it was gone. And I ain't even gonna lie, I try to be optimist, but when I first saw it going, I was like, damn, what excuse they have to take it away.
Right.
That's what I thought. I didn't think it was because of the weather, but.
But he made a real, well, you made a real good point, and I hope everybody that's watching really take heed to that. Like when you see these different murals, and not even just the murals, but when you come across different TV shows, and it's imperative that you go back and learn the backstory of these people, because it really is a lot of information, and it's and don't just look at it and say, oh, that's cool, I know who that is, and keep it moving. Like really dig a little bit deep into that. So that's super dope.
So I got a question even regarding the murals, because you got one more right on Forest Drive, you know, of Tre Da Kid. That's the first time I've seen you do a mural like collaborative. How's that process doing that? Like you painted virtually your best friend on a canvas that's no longer here. So
yeah, it's crazy. As soon as it happened, like I was already in immediate. I'm trying to show his legacy mode. So I was trying to think of anything that I could do for him. And ironically, D Ward was like, yo, let's reach out to Jeff. Jeff was already getting permits to do murals in the city. He had just went through the lawsuit. Him and Gavin together, he did. Gavin had Tsunami.
Oh yeah.
And he did that big mural.
Oh yeah.
Gavin was in court against the city of Annapolis. So they already went through that and won that case, and then Gavin became mad. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's
now
why
guilty.
Now you see Gavin on the tail. We gonna put art up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope though.
Yeah,
shout out to Mayor Gavin and the Honorable D Ward as well.
And what was the other name you just mentioned?
Who, Jeff?
Yeah, it was Jeff.
Jeff Huntington. He's the owner of Future History now.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we reached out to him and told him about he didn't know Tre Da Kid from nothing, so I had to literally spill Tre Da Kid's story in like a minute and tell him who he was. He was like, I already was expecting this call. He's like, I'm gonna do more research on who Tre Da Kid is, but I would love to do it. So he came up with the idea to build a standstill spot. It's actually dug in the ground, so you can't lift that up like the George Floyd.
Right.
And I kind of gave him the direction on what picture we would use, what colors and stuff like that. But he kind of did most of the artwork of Tre, but I did the words on it and stuff.
Right.
That's lit.
And the one thing about that Tre mural, man, is it ain't been scathed in no weather. That thing is.
Yeah, that's actually got
something sturdy.
It's surprising.
When the last time y'all looked at it?
Every time I ride past
It's a scratch on it right now.
I see. Okay.
So somebody went across it from one side to the other. So scratch literally going across the face. So somebody sent me the picture when I was in Atlanta.
Damn.
So I already sent it to Jeff. Yeah, it's small, but you see it like next time you look, it's a white line going through it. Jeff gonna fix it though, so it can be fixed. But it's just crazy that what goes through your mind to do that to a mural of somebody who ain't had no beef or no bad?
Just ignorant.
I already said you already know what that's about.
And
white people.
I want to stay on track.
Could be.
It could be. That is highly frequent.
The first week we had the mural up, they was the ones who called and complained. Like, who was this guy y'all got a mural up?
That's a fact, though.
So it could be. Don't.
Yo, you killing me. I'm gonna stay on track. It's going on. Are we approaching 2 years? Or are we over 2 years?
2 years in June.
June 7th.
Obviously, you're probably like the lead of trying to keep his legacy alive. I see you put up the art inside of the Maryland Hall exhibit. How important, obviously I think I know the answer to this, but I just want to hear you say it. How important for you, with all of the things you're doing, with all of your names and many different hats, you man of many trades, how important is Tre legacy to your legacy? Now, everything you're doing and moving forward, like how important is that for you to make sure whatever you do, his trail is right there with you?
It's very important because anybody that know us personally know we had a journey from little kids up until he passed, and it just was a roller coaster, you know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that he would want himself to be remembered in every way possible.
Absolutely.
Tre loved to be seen, you know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
Come on, man. Like, it's so many pictures. You know, when people die, you got an RIP shirt. Like, it's so many pictures that you could find of Tre because he just wanted to be seen that much. But he had, a good intent for not only himself, but everybody.
Right.
So when you got people out here who are willing to give not only they talents for themselves, but for the people, they all should be made into an icon or commemorated in some type of way. So
big facts.
that's why it's unlimited ways, bro. I feel like it shouldn't be just one way. And if this for anybody that y'all cherish, like if you have a personal relationship with somebody, it's every right of yours to memorize that person in any way you want. If you want to put them on a mural outside your house or in another community, with respect to where it's at, but you got every right to do so, and I think you should. I encourage you.
Because it's your way of remembering, it's your way of
and it make you feel good.
Like,
you got a painting of your people's, and I'm pretty sure anytime you look at it, you think about the good memories. You don't think about the BS. So it's just therapeutic to see and remember the good shit.
And you know what was crazy with like you say, the things you did to remember Tre is like I was on the street. I'm driving yesterday, and I'm looking forward. It got TDK on the bumper sticker, the TDK logo. I'm like, ass. And I just turned on my girl like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it's just, it's that, like.
He not here.
Yeah, even talking about him, when you just saying, like, his energy, I feel like I heard his voice.
Oh, God, I'll show you that stuff. It's like, I found myself. No, because it's weird. I just found myself the other day looking at the nigga fucking Instagram page, sitting there looking at like ass. It was just fucking unreal. And it seemed like you said, like he's still here.
And you know the biggest thing about it, though, it's certain moments that happen in life in general that you know Tre can come with a wild ass response to some bullshit. So it's like
you be waiting for this nigga like, boy, I just was telling swag.
Yeah,
tell swag everything.
Like the shit just crazy, yo. So that's one thing. Like anything that happens, like yo, I just told y'all LeBron's gonna win the fourth ring against the Heat.
Right.
The Heat, like.
I heard that nigga I was like thinking about that nigga that whole NFC championship game. I was like, man, this nigga would be fucking so happy and so upset right now.
All at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time. But they made it though, so he gonna talk his shit. He done let everybody else would have felt like they won the fucking Super Bowl because he done kicked big shit about them getting that far.
Yo, I had Tre picture on my wall the whole season, and every time I happened to catch a Green Bay game, I was like, I know Tre watching. And they won every game that I happened to catch.
Right.
But mind you, I just took his canvas to Maryland Hall right around the playoffs. So I was like,
he cussing that ass
like, yo, he can't watch the game.
Right. Season, yo.
He could have made it right.
Last time I went, I was like, Mom, I took away from the TV, bro. Like,
so speaking of the Maryland Live, what's that exhibit? Maryland. Gambling with a dog, man.
Maryland Hall, they did. It was dope. I saw it. They was actually advertising this, but I feel like a lot of companies out here need to do a better job of advertising. When you're trying to reach the black community, you can't just use Facebook and Instagram. Like, you gotta put boots on the ground. So somebody happened to send me the contest last minute. They was looking for black artists in the DMV to paint a banner for the Black Lives Matter. And so I submitted my artwork for that, got accepted. The first and only person in Annapolis that got approved. The other ones was from Baltimore, DC, and PG County. And I got a chance to pretty much do my own version of the banner, how I wanted to display Black Lives Matter, along with putting any artwork that I wanted to that I felt that was along the lines of social justice inside the museum as well. So that's how I went in there, man. It's a dope exhibit, bro. Like, I know I'm creative, but I walked every piece in there, it blows my mind. Like,
from other artists.
And I'm like, how did they come up with this? Or how did they? Because a lot of my art is, you know what it is, but it just creates the conversation. Or I might have done it in a creative way. Some of that stuff in there is just the whole concept.
How'd you get there? Yeah.
It's one room in there that a black designer created. It's literally made with furniture. They got stuff on the curtains, and she said it's made strictly for white people. She's like, black people can come in and check it out, but she wants the white person to feel the black experience when they walk in the room.
I was trying to throw it off when you said it, but you cleaned it up.
And that's available at Maryland Hall right now?
Yeah, on the second floor. There's 3 floors in there of all art, but that part is on the second.
And how long is it? It's not just for Black History Month, is it?
Well, it was initially, but now they've extended it to March.
So if you have until you got to tell March.
That was my first time walking into Maryland Hall when I went to see my own artwork. And when I wanted to go there when I was young, you had to, if you wasn't in the underprivileged community and my family was middle class, I had to pay full amount for the class. That shit was expensive. So I never got a chance to do the classes. So a lot of the stuff I learned was self-taught. So now finally getting in there and see how you can get your stuff in the exhibit, I want to be able to share that with the youth. Because it's crazy that I'm 30, just getting my artwork in my first exhibit. When I wish I would have known that knowledge back when I went to art school. Why they ain't teach us how to get our art?
Them pilgrims ain't gonna help y'all, man. That's just what it is. I got a question though before
go see that exhibit, man. Maryland Hall before March is up.
You got it, man.
So I got a question. So with the Black Lives Matter movement that has taken off, by 1 million last year, how has that helped you express your art more? Like, because you showing people left and right, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Merlin Hall, anything designer. Even Tre, I'm sorry.
Tre was the start of that to me, and that's why I say social injustice ain't just about police brutality, it's black on black crime too. Like we gotta really put a hold to it and find a way to fix it. So me being able to express my artwork in that manner, and like I said earlier, a lot of businesses, look around at all the businesses and corporations now, and their messaging and their commercial. Everybody want to do something with equality and social justice, so we're going to take advantage of that. Right. I want people that's true to it and doing it 24/7, that's what we're doing. So we trying to just spread that message around the community.
Another question I wanted to ask, I actually want to piggyback on something you just said about putting boots on the ground. It's funny you say that because black community is maybe one of the few communities where flyers still work. Because you put stuff on Facebook and people will say, actually, what time is it? What date is it? But physical paper or flyers, people do stuff. So I'm going to take that to transition and asking you about tunnel vision. I know y'all just shot a commercial about a competition y'all just won. I'd like for you to speak on that. And just what it's like working for a small sports brand that obviously has aspirations to touch more people. But just what it's like doing that, because I think that's something that should be spoken on.
Bet. So the first part, we just entered a contest with Comcast. It was a small business, a black business contest where you pretty much present to them what's your business about, what y'all doing, and they shoot a free commercial for you produced by some dope video producers, and they'll air it for 90 days in any in a select amount of counties and stations that you choose. That's on the option. So we won the competition.
Out of everybody in Maryland?
Yes, dope.
That's right.
Yeah, so they pretty much paid the videographer to come through and shoot it. We shot it on the Breonna Taylor mural up in front of the Raven Stadium, and there's 2 more shots in the Graduate Hotel and one at a gym with a power lifter.
Okay.
But it's been dope working for a black brand. I ain't gonna lie, it's tough serving your community being a black brand. I feel like the black people hold our own to a higher standard than everybody.
Sure do. Talk on it.
And it's tough, bro. Like you got a lot of things you gotta manage. We done fucked up orders before, and then when we dealing with out of country manufacturers, they're not the best communication, and people don't really understand until they get their own brand, and you gotta talk to these people. So imagine how it is going through that with...
I hope you listen to this, man. Yo,
what you gotta understand is, I talk to Saul often. I know the shit. Because I'm calling him, he calling me.
But the people know that. He dropping a lot of gems.
So people who start working with them people for the first time, you real anxious to get your shit out there. You want to post the pictures of what it looked like, but then if you get your shit back, and you like, damn, the fitting is off, or the colors are messed up. Now you gotta go through a whole nother month of reproducing and getting it fixed. And then depending on the manufacturer, they might not give you a refund.
And then you got
they might just try to bargain with you like, okay, we'll do it over, but we want half of what we charged you. So we got at least something. Like, hell no, you just fucked up my whole order. Like, so going through that is a whole learning experience in itself. So I just asked the black community and the community in general, when you dealing with us, like, listen to the message, and it ain't all BS when we telling you what's going wrong. Like, we going through this learning process.
And have some patience, yo. Like, you gotta allow people space to make mistakes and to grow and to fucking develop. Like that shit blows my mind, because we have all been to. You go to McDonald's, they fuck your order up, but you go to fuck back. You go to, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. We gotta get to a point where, and I'm not just saying with self because he's our friend, but just any black business show, you gotta, like you said, you can't hold them. You have to hold them to a reasonable standard. I don't think that's.
And realize your complaints can fucking crush a small business. That word of mouth can kill you. So you gotta.
I will say though, you gotta be mindful when you go public with. Pretty much putting somebody on blast, because you can actually make a bigger impact bringing it to that person's face. Right. And bring your frustration, but in a constructive way, and tell them, you did bad business, so I ain't appreciate that. Next time, I would suggest you doing this. And as the business owner, you got to take that and apologize and make the best of it.
And one more thing too, yo, is just and buddy, like y'all know, you joke a lot and talk about like me having a quote unquote negative disposition, but in truth, like people have to be more positive and optimistic. So like one thing I hate is that people, if they have a bad experience, they quick to go jump online or on Yelp and leave a negative review. But when they have a positive experience, motherfucker don't go and leave that positive. Yeah, you know what I mean? You gotta keep it 100. You know, you gotta be.
No, I agree 100%. I
always felt like with black businesses, it's always a break in communication somewhere. It got to be communication on both sides. So it's just like, if I order a product from you and I'm hitting you up in 2 weeks, like, hey, son, what's up? If I don't hear from you from another week and a half and you still posting shit, it's like, fuck you.
And that's when the business owner has to be accountable and watch his actions, right? Because You know, I've had business partners and I've been in situations where we might have something on the back end where it's a fire with a customer. They pissed off. But then we posting some positive shit. Even it could be us donating to the community. But you might not be communicating about that fire in the back. You might ignore this person for 2 days. They don't give a fuck about what you're doing positive in the community. It's ignorant. Like, you gotta at least acknowledge that person. It's the same way with friendships. If you and your friend texting and he don't answer you, but you send him on Facebook, you're like, ass. It's the same premise. Like, you gotta have communication. And you'd be surprised how mad a person is at you for whatever, but a simple conversation could just clear it up. Because that person might be like, all right, look, I'm gonna give you this amount of time to fix it, bro. Fix it, else we ain't fucking with each other no more. But now y'all have a new understanding.
Right.
All that frustration out on the table, and now you gotta be the business owner and coming back to accountability and fix it.
Right.
We can't always play the, oh, I'm a black business, I'm small, as an excuse either.
That's fair.
Because we have to.
He's giving it to you on both sides. You gotta respect it.
Trying to be progress. If you know, like for me, I've had a bad thing with communication, so now I'm trying to find
Damn sure.
I got too many people with me. You know what I'm saying? And it might be something like I might be in the middle of work and you might call me and you might just be trying to talk. So now a whole conversation about something else is just kind of threw me off a little bit. So now I gotta know when I gotta tell certain people no, like, yo, I'm busy. I hit you back, and remember that I gotta hit them back. So I've been just trying to take notes, use different platforms.
You need a damn assistant.
The great thing about
you got a lot going on.
The great thing I can say about Son, like I said over the years when we were talking, he always like incorporating this to do better. I'm doing this to do better because it's like I'll call Son for something. This probably 2-3 years ago. Son, I'm trying to get this made. Probably won't hear from Son for like 2 weeks, but then he'll just hit you on a random day like, yo, I ain't forget about you.
Right.
And I'm like, that's cool because I ain't hound him and he still ain't forget about me, but he get it done. And like you say, it's things that we done got made. We ordered some jackets. All the jackets came fucked up.
And
probably about $1,000 full of jackets.
I made sure I was transparent with them about everything.
We looked at the jackets, the stitching, fuck the whole. I said, you know what, I'm done.
Right.
I'm out. I ain't got that.
That infuriates you.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. No, we looked at it and it was just like it wasn't that. But
I get it.
That's the greatness of, like you said, he communicated with me every step of the way, and you communicate with everybody.
And with business owners, I actually been, because a lot of people with clothing, I kind of force people into positions to make them learn themselves now, just so they can see it and get it. Understand it ain't never intentional. It's like, yo, and then you'll actually appreciate that process when you finally be like, damn, I could have been doing this shit my own time. Jones and I don't sit back and get mad and I'm like, damn, this nigga out here doing his own thing now. As soon as a person comes to me with the logo, I tell them, oh, great. I'm gonna give you the file so you can go out and rock off. But if you need me, like right now I'm busy, so I kind of try to push that off. But at that time, I'm like, look, I can start you out, but I really want you to do it yourself. Try to maximize and really just see what the process is.
You do everything for somebody, but if you show them how to do it, then you actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I had people like, I was pissed as a motherfucker when you stopped, but they were like, I actually like doing this shit now, like going out and finding out what fabrics is this, and now you get to really be the scientist of your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm even glad you said that because it's like you're not holding the game. Even with me, he just like, look, these dudes do this. Come up to DC with me. We could go to the fashion district. Like he was doing that with me, and it was like
I hate people like that. Niggas be having a game and then don't want.
Yeah, and he not afraid to give it to you.
Can we talk about that? No, can we talk about that?
Oh, we got to, because you doing it with the art, you giving back.
And that was a big struggle of mine, and that's why I really appreciate the older generation that reach out to me now.
Speaking on people giving game.
Yeah, like without dropping too many names, like Mama Sons out there should not be out in town right now. But the person who owned the building, he know how detrimental that is to the community, but he'd rather take the dollar from the Asian person opposed to giving that to a black business owner. We had pool halls and everything out there. So if you're the black person owning all the property out here, why ain't you kicking game to bring up new real estate owners? You ready to dial off with your property and let the man take over it without handing it down to us. Like,
real shit.
So I really, and I understand though why they did that, because we got to think about the crack epidemic. Our parents kind of fumbled the ball and that lost the trust. But now the young generation is here. We moving in full force. People like Mo Lloyd, he younger than me, but I trust his opinion.
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy you say it about the trust. And that also go back like the black business part of it, giving it a chance.
Mo almost 10 years younger than me, but if he come like, no, I don't like this, or I feel it's this way, and then he gonna hit me with some education. I'm like, well, you got it.
And that's why I love Mo too.
And he do the same thing with my project. So,
but just let Mo Lloyd know he still don't got the belt, nigga. I'm still in the as you were saying.
fact that he can bring that conversation up, and now you coming in, I learn from y'all. And y'all might not see me comment, but I'm back. Yeah, I'm learning all of this game. So now I can go back and teach people some of the shit I learned from y'all.
And that's what it's about.
You learn a lot from just watching.
That's what it's about. People think like Facebook and social media like it's nothing but fuckery, and it's a lot of fuckery. But if you use it right, it's a lot of tools for your own.
It's made for engagement at the end of the day. However you want to take that engagement is on you, but it's made for engagement.
Yeah, it's perspective.
I don't know if they had any more questions. I just had one more, and then you could tell us what you got coming up, and we could switch topics. But I just wanted to know what it was like creating, because obviously tunnel vision, your own brands. What was it like designing for Lamar Jackson's brand and other stuff? Because I just see you do so much. That
was actually my final question, yo. Like, just to kind of piggyback off what you were saying, but I think where you were going with it, like, clearly you've done a lot from working with, you know what I mean, everybody from Tre Da Kid. You just
sent yourself for somebody sunglasses or some shit. Your first print, like you do so much, bro. Like,
was it anything that you looked at in disbelief of yourself? Like, God damn, I can't believe I did that one. Like, you still kind of think.
Yeah, which one is that moment? What's that moment for you to be like?
First, go through kind of some of all the things that you've done, the people that you've worked with, and then look at the ones.
Well, I will say this, like coming from Annapolis, and this is why I think it's important that we expose ourselves to more, because we're not really around celebrities or big time people that we can actually touch and see how they made it.
Right.
We kind of look at it like it's unbelievable.
Right.
So actually meeting certain people and actually getting to bump shoulders, you see they regular people, they just went through the process. They prepared, they sat back and did the diligence of their business, and now they're there. It's the same thing with sports. If you training, it's a lot of youngins coming up right now that got star potential that could go, but it's up to their parents, their coaches, and whoever else believe in them to push them to that point. Right. And they're gonna be there. Mm-hmm. So we're working with Lamar. It was real simple. He made a post that they was looking for a designer. I submitted my work. I got a response back that they liked it. But it was 4 other people they was considering. They gave us all the same project. They like, whoever make the best design for it, you got the job. So I sent them the joint. I ain't getting no response for a week. The response came back. They like, we love your work. You got the job. So that was the first surreal moment that I'm in the club, like, yeah, I got it.
I got this shit.
And I got paid for the first design, but then I started to lose the joy of it because one, in the contract, you can't talk about it. You can only disclose with so much information.
Gotcha.
So, and they never printed the hoodie. Like I had the design done for months, just sitting on it. So I ended up reaching out to the representative like, hey, did y'all ever get the design printed up for the hoodie? They're like, nah, we've been running into troubles with manufacturers. So we just kind of put it on the back burner. I'm like, well, you know, I got manufacturers. I can get some of that stuff done for you. So they like, let me see what you can do. Made a call to my manufacturer. He made the hoodie the same night. Sent me a video and he added a little flip bag. He like, I turned it down when you flip the hoodie, it turned into a bag. Man, I sent in that video. They like, man, let's order. We want 250 of each color. And so that was I'm like, all right. And that was a move that I made happen on my own. Like, if I wouldn't have just randomly texted them and say, yo, what y'all doing with the hoodies, it would have been big.
You could have took his no for an answer. You could have took the non-response.
And once they seen the quality of the hoodies, that just snowballed. They like, we want this, we want that, we want to see this, we want to see that. So now I'm like, man, this work that I do is dependent on me. I got to get this shit done. Right. So at this point, like the relationship, it ain't bad, but I did what I needed to do for that project.
Gotcha.
And they didn't like the process with the manufacturers. And towards the end of that relationship, they got to see that they can't create everything you want or to the detail. So she was like, I just don't like the process we're dealing with them. Right. We want to keep it in America. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that relationship kind of ended. But it was a wild ride, bro, just to really see how it's done. And to be honest with you, the business is ran by his mother. Like that was one thing that I was able to see behind the closed door. He gave that clothing line to her. She is agent. He gave her that clothing line as another source of income. You know what I'm saying? And she goes hard with it. So she's very passionate and
shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to that whole thing, man. Shout out to you for just staying persistent with that, man. That's a lot right there.
I was most proud when you met Tre Da Kid personally. I was like, God, this nigga made
it to the smoothest. Well, since we gonna do that, you know my moment was a 50 Cent moment.
And that's funny because like, a lot of y'all dudes like I'm cool with. I've been having like I remember with the Jada joint, I called Tre. He could have actually came with me that night. So he was mad that I think he had to work or do something, but he was mad he couldn't come. So it's been dope to meet some of y'all favorite celebrities and really see how they is in person. And then after you meet somebody, you start researching about them more. And I became a fan of some of those people myself. But it's funny, some of the people that I thought was cool that I met before haven't been as cool either. So it's just all on how you know.
I think the unique thing with a lot of things you did, like you painted the 50 drum, that 50, got the bullshit vodka from them, and you did the Tre Da Kid and that other stuff. But it's all about putting yourself in position too. Yeah. Like you said with the 50, you sat outside for a couple hours just to walk in there. Like some people don't have that patience or that drive or that discipline to do things like that. And I think that's why a lot of people say
3 hours just to give him the painting.
Yeah,
like, did you know you was coming? You just
no. Well, I knew that same thing with contest. They was looking for people to paint either liquor bottle in a crazy way or do some type of painting in reference to that. So I hadn't seen anybody do a canvas of it. Everybody was painting the bottle. I reached out to my guy Mel that came from Atlanta, so he helped me do that. We conceptualized it. His mind is crazy when thinking about shit like that. And it's crazy, right after we made the painting, I was gonna mail it to 50. Try to find his address, but he ended up posting up a flyer like I'm gonna be in Delaware. So I drove to Delaware that next day, went there, popped up. It was a long ass line because we had to buy either 2 bottles of liquor or a case to even get an autograph. You couldn't even go in there. So that was a business plan in itself. Right. They was making like almost $1 million at every liquor store he was popping up at. So 50 is a brand of genius, bro. They was making sure the rates.
He don't even own it no more. So let's keep.
And he wasn't even the owner. He was a worker.
He sold the bar. 100% of due stage.
I was the only person to bring this nigga a gift, bro. So I gave him.
Everyone else was there just to buy it.
Yeah, you was on some hustle shit.
Yeah, I gave him some. He was like, God damn, like he like, yo, you ever heard of Art Basel? And Art Basel was a big event. They usually it hadn't been going on, I think, the past year, so because of COVID, but. He like, yo, I would love to see you out in Art Basel. Your work need to be out there. So that was just a good, encouraging comment that I got from same thing. I just make sure I get a quick convo. I tell him briefly about my story. Like when I met Jeezy, I still had paint on my hands. I literally had blow dried that bitch and took it to him and still had paint. So he like, and like they just respect the story.
Blow dried the work, put it on the canvas.
So I encourage, and it's been a lot of opportunities that I missed out on with music and art where it was right there, but I just ain't jumped. Whether it have been waking up an extra hour early or spending an extra hour up doing a simple giving for contest. If I wouldn't have took out my time, like I probably didn't do somebody's logo that night to get that shit done. So it's all about risk and really knowing that opportunity. If you feel strong that you could win that contest or that opportunity, go with it. Every time Tre did it, he beasted on it. He did it with the 106 and Park, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, he had pretty stuff out there.
That's why I said, like, he really an inspiration to me, deeper than just his death. Right. Like, he really, it was a competition between us too. Like, he posted every day, and we kept motivating each other because I was like, we didn't really get a chance to be around each other for the last few months because he was so busy working 2 jobs. Right. His son was playing football. He was doing shows. I was doing, so it was a lot of fucking times when he was like, yo, I want you to come through. And I'm like, I can't. I hated to turn down the fact I could have been in my second hometown of Atlanta to watch him win that 10K. But I literally had an obligation with my children that weekend. So, but that opportunity was for him, and it's for anybody that got an opportunity to like take that risk, bro, and take that leap.
And that's the one thing about Tre. He could call you like, yo, man, what you think about this? I'm like, man, I don't think that's a good idea. He will make you regret saying, I don't think that's a good idea, and like all the time. All the time.
Before I piggyback, because our next topic, I'm going to piggyback off what you were saying about celebrities and what you might believe they are and when you see what they are. But is there anything you want to leave the people that you're working with, that you got coming up?
I'm definitely excited about the project coming up down at the Westin. We're going to be starting that in April. It's the Cars Beach Murals.
Okay, you speaking about that. You was talking about
Cars Beach.
Oh, Cars Beach.
It's crazy. I used to think that Bay Ridge Beach, when growing up, I thought Bay Ridge Beach was Cars Beach. So
I did too.
I kept hearing people talk about Cars Beach. I thought that was it because that was the beach I went to. Right. I'm like, no, it's a whole nother side. So
and that's what like James Brown and all them was going to
be. The whole thing we're doing research. So I started,
James nigga, what? Let's do research, bro. Everybody's coming in.
But yeah, it's like, yo, it's crazy. You do your research, you see all the stars that was coming here back in the day.
Right. So this is happening at this is the mural that you write.
Yeah. So the
Westin Hotel?
It's gonna be dope. Yeah, the Westin Hotel in partnership with the Maryland Theater Performing Arts. So you can donate to that because the goal is $15,000. It's gonna be a group project though. It's gonna be kids out there. Helping out with this. We're gonna have a light show that's connected to the mural. It's gonna be QR codes underneath because at one point in the mural it's like 5 different historic pictures that we had to go through the Maryland Historic Preservation place to actually get permits to use the pictures. And they're gonna be on there, so every one of them gonna have a QR code where you can get information about that person or image, like some type of, and it might even be an audio that you listen to and get a brief background. And it could be dope, something y'all could partner with. Like,
oh yeah, hell yeah.
I got full creative control with, and it could be.
They giving niggas that much power.
Creative control sound.
Creative control.
It's a good feeling.
Director.
But it's crazy because it's still, we making baby steps in Annapolis.
Now, we would love to come out there and
So
shoot.
you gotta act like actual pictures from back in the old Cars Beach and all that.
Kind of how the African Museum is.
These are African American leaders, nigga. Sound like
I
that.
don't know what couples it sounds like.
So when the new album drop?
Oh, man.
It's crazy, bro. I go through a war with myself in the mirror.
Have you released an album since
Live from Below or
Blue Flame? Or?
Blue
The
Flame?
last album was fire too. I actually love the last.
I feel like Skinny Monster.
Oh, you got so much to talk about, man.
I just showed you your Skinny Monster.
Yeah, you
What's
said
going on?
you
Well, I will say this,
the
bro.
Tre Da, that shit was hard.
I will say this, that I would encourage people to do. I feel like we be sitting on so much music that we let that shit sit and die away.
We talk about that a lot.
And I got so much music, most of it's collaborated music with the Raw, that we could release shit that would be new to this day.
Right.
Like I'm not in the mood to really make new music. I love being behind the scenes, seeing the new generation. Like I can't keep up with that pace, and I like the pace. It's like, yo, if I want to be in something new, I want to be able to fit in.
Right.
I don't want to really bring that old shit, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
I don't think I could really keep up with it from that perspective. I got some shit to talk about,
Right.
but I'm doing a better job at doing that through the painting. Like, if I do a painting, now I can conversate in front of a panel of people and tell them the same shit for 30 minutes opposed to you listen to a song for 3 minutes. So
Facts.
if it's about the messaging, then I'm getting it out with the paint, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
And I'm
that's a
still making a better income.
I think your sense of self is admirable, bro. Like you just know exactly what you want out of stuff, and you know, and your persistence. Even for you to say all the things that you've done, and to say, man, I missed so many opportunities. I overslept, could have stayed up. I just feel like your persistence and consistency should be applauded. Man. I
love the applause and praise, but I want to see more people do it. Cause it's not that it's easy. It's just taking repetition. Like, look at y'all show, bro. Y'all came, y'all growing, y'all thinking of new creative ways to build, and that's what it's about. You'd be surprised y'all fuck around and get a sponsorship or somebody wanting to put a commercial on y'all show.
Just staying consistent.
Once y'all hit a certain amount of viewers and followers, it's gonna be a wrap for y'all, and y'all gonna go. But it just takes being creative until you get to that point and getting it.
And you know what's so crazy? Like he even just talked about our show. He has influence on our show without even us saying it. Like he helped create this behind us. So it's just like those are the things. Like just phone calls, and before he take my money, he didn't even take my money. He just gave me game. Like, yo, we can do it like this in 2 days.
I'm charging nothing for this because I feel like this is something for the culture. I didn't know I was gonna be on the show, but I'm like, when I watch it, I'm like, yo, I wish I seen a band about it. You know what I'm saying? Something that really just you can showcase. So I always hit them and be like, y'all watch this episode. Maybe y'all should include a little bit of music in the back. And it's never about thinking I know everything. It's just really put my.
As a viewer, what you see, like, this could have been good. Damn, I could have liked.
Who I said was my favorite person on the show?
What you said?
No, I said Jones. I just like Jones. Jones gave me that raw personality. I like everybody. Everybody has their own niche, but he's just raw and true to him, and I know he's gonna bring a viewer and a perspective to people that typically wouldn't watch this shit, and then just get a whole new opening. You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep doing y'all thing, bro. Like this.
My shorty thinks I'm a goat, man.
Much appreciated.
Style, son. You know what I mean?
How much you paid me to that bullshit?
Before I move on to the next topic, as if you've been tuned in with us, sponsored by Crew Haircare. Crew Cosmetics, shout out Dave the Barber One.
It's in the
King's
hair.
King's Barbershop. Go holler at him. Support a black business. Get the Brody right. So, piggybacking off of
My
rapping.
shit glistening.
Piggybacking off rapping, piggybacking off celebrity. Big in news lately, as everybody been watching, this Meek Mill versus 6ix9ine shit that's been going on. Perception versus reality. Let's
Perception versus
I
reality.
use it all the time.
The new name of the fucking show is Perception.
Because most conversations is perception versus reality. So the perception of what Meek was supposed to do was smack the shit out of the rap. The reality is that he could lose his freedom over doing it. Let's discuss.
Give a little bit back. You fully up to speed on the whole shit?
Talk on the shit.
I wanted to know, because the only thing I missed was where were they, and why were they in the same?
They were somewhere in Miami.
So it was just on
Meek was leaving the club.
Meek was leaving the club, going to his car, and Tekashi there with the security gang and
I
phones out and
from both of them. I would have rather seen the footage from an outside nigga opposed to them niggas like you snitch.
Right.
That shit kind of looked theatrical. So it kind of made me. I seen in the comments people like that shit look acted out. It made me wonder why would you pull out your phone? But I get it, niggas be lying. You want to make sure you documenting it. But at the end, if you gonna videotape, what you gonna do? Like, I didn't get the whole point of it. It was just a back and forth match. Right?
And then you got people like a Whack 100 or different people in the media saying about what they should have done or what he should have done. People are saying Tekashi's one up. And I know Jones said in the group chat you don't understand how he was one up or you didn't understand that concept. And I can understand it, but I can also see, if I had to give a direct answer on that, I think Meek did the right thing. In my personal opinion. Because I don't think if he would have smacked shit out of him or tried to hurt him, what's next? It ain't gonna kill him, obviously. So what was he gonna get out of smacking? Just so everybody be like, oh yeah, he smacked the shit out that rat. Yeah. Is that it?
You don't do anything to a rat unless you're gonna kill it.
You don't let nobody,
so that's why I said he did the right thing.
You don't let nobody trick you out your freedom when you got everything to lose.
So we all seem to agree, but you don't, Shaq?
Hold on.
Did y'all get receipts?
No, did y'all see I guess the latest shit that came out yesterday? I know none of us watched the video, but y'all seen how Tekashi put the clip in his music video?
I watched the video.
You seen that? Y'all didn't see that shit?
No, I'm not watching Tekashi.
10 million views in a couple of hours, but he does that.
So basically, Tekashi took that whole, he got a new song. I haven't heard the song, but he has a new song out where he dissing Meek and Dirt and everybody. And in the song, he took the actual clip.
The song can't be good.
I never heard the fucking song.
Tekashi music.
That's irrelevant. The whole point is he took the actual clip of Meek Mill and him, you know what I mean? It's like, it just looks very unflattering because it's like, at this point, he knew he fucked up. And it shows Meek Mill looking almost like he's scared. And Tekashi barked on him like, nigga, you got security too. You a bitch, whatever. And that was my point. The fact that Meek Mill stood there and engaged with him back and forth in the shouting match, now you're in this fucking video looking stupid.
So if he just would have walked to his car, then
he didn't look like he was scared and ran.
Look at him running, scared.
But I think anybody with I feel like people with common sense
people
would have
more common sense.
I guess that's
and you know what, Shad? That is exactly why I call this section perception versus reality. Because the perception is this: Tekashi's fans is, from what people believe, a bunch of fucking young kids on the internet that hits group chats and comment sections and flood it saying he's this or that or shitting on me. Same thing with academics page. So the perception of that is, oh man, he got me looking dumb and stupid. The reality is, who gives a fuck what them kids on Instagram think? Who gives a fuck what the media is gonna say about it? If you know my freedom, no, a lot of people do, but I'm saying it's perception versus reality.
Did he make it home to his kids that night? That's all that matters.
They both made it home.
That's all that matters.
They both won, honestly, because they both in the news, and neither one of them are really doing anything.
But this is why I don't get when you say they both of them won.
How
does Tekashi win? We know this to be him. We know him to be a troll.
So how's he winning?
So like, I mean, you could say he's winning because people's been talking about him, but
that's a win for somebody like him.
He's gonna do shit to be consistently talked about.
You gotta look at where his life is at. He know what he did. He know what he's done. That fucking documentary that's coming out on Showtime that they kept showing during the Breonna fight last night, the fucking shit. I seem like everything he do is placed. I feel like he rolled up on me because he knew he was shooting a video. Everything 6ix9ine do is calculated. The dude ain't dumb. He just snitched. He ain't dumb. He's fucking talented, actually. When you really look at him, it's the truth. And so is Meek. But Meek has his own fucking ways that always gets him in trouble. His tweeting, his shit. You the most tweeting street nigga that always. What is your real goal, Meek? Like, what is you trying to get out there? You trying to be the
He's
influence?
Second to Trump street nigga that tweet too.
Meek was on his way. Trump. Meek was in his way of really rebuilding his brand. I think when he got out that last stint from prison.
And I like Meek.
That whole shit with 6ix9ine is fucking his reputation up, bro. Yeah. Like, people starting to bring up the Drake shit again. They're like, I told you I'm Meek no dummy. Because he constantly says things that he either doesn't consult with his homeboys or business partners, and he just go off.
And he purposely talked about Tekashi all the time while Tekashi wasn't around. It's like you and Meek and puts himself, it's like what you said about Ross. I forgot what Ross was talking about. Maybe it was Tory Carr or something. And Ross did, he just threw himself into the Megan and Tory situation. Meek do the same thing. If you shit that he don't gotta speak on, that he'll speak on it. And then when you get put into it, it's like, oh, y'all falling for that.
I'm gonna say that.
But you're a part of it.
I'm gonna say this to defend me. When you
I thought you started looking for.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't know what you doing.
This is the video.
No, I thought you was like looking for some type of fact over there. Got a video.
But I'm gonna say this to defend me. When you come from the streets like he did in whatever aspect, and
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Hey, society's fucking clever, man.
So that's logic.
You guys,
but Meek, when he from the streets, grew up in the projects, whatever, and he's in the industry that he always considered fake in WWF. It's hard to let a nigga portray like he from the streets and a snitch to fuck with me, no matter what it is.
But I get what then Buddy's saying in that sense. You can't portray the industry like it's WWF and then you do WWF shit.
At all!
But it's per se addressing it the way like, I don't want to listen to turn that, Dirk even said to turn that nigga music off. It's
not talking about.
I'm saying, this is what.
So now you got,
because I'm really street, I was really like, yo,
you gotta stop talking about it.
It's hard to stop talking about it because you're gonna hurt me.
But look at this shit though.
They really want to hurt that.
But check it out though. So from all of this, now you got Meek Mill and motherfuckers have exposed DMs, Meek Mill and Whack 100 talking about, well shit, we could meet up. What's the address then? Again, Meek saying Whack 100 pussy, you not really what you portraying to be, and I know the real story. YG told me how you really get that. I heard real stories. Nigga, you pussy, we can meet up whenever. Whack saying when I see you it's on sight. Now you got the niggas that be with young Dirt, all 600 Breeze, you know, them saying, I don't give a fuck. He ain't no fed, nigga. He just a snitch that run with security. If you was in 5 feet of him, you should have did this, you should have did that. So now, this puts Meek in a position where if he might have actual, real, tangible problems with other niggas just based on them giving their opinion on what he should have or could have did as to somebody who we know is trying to troll you. Just like you, in that video you tagged me in when the boy was like, hi officer, and keep it moving.
Right.
That's what I was saying from the beginning. Meek should have never.
I agree, but the fact that Meek, up until fuck what just happened, he been trolling or going at Tekashi since the shit him, YG, all of them are always talking about this.
Now that I don't
so they throw him the hoop to do the shit he do.
If he didn't snitch on you, I don't feel like
and it's what Maine said. That shit really infuriates a street nigga when you do shit that Tekashi's doing. So if it really makes them that mad and all they can do is talk about it because they can't physically harm him, then I get why they talk about it.
Just imagine you in a club hosting a party and they throw some Tekashi out. Man, turn this shit off!
I seen a nigga in Atlanta riding around bumping Tekashi.
Just think about it, like
the nigga in the restaurant.
Just
Latino nigga dumped the trash. He heard the Tekashi. He a snitch. Like he just said that so.
Motherfuckers like that.
First thing you think.
That's the first thing you think.
Motherfuckers like that will all Kelly turn that shit off. Like, hey.
When you gotta
what I'm saying is they don't want to hear it in their presence. So
you gotta stay on
Meek,
the game.
if you're Meek, if you Dirt, you're not trying to hear that shit. I rap for a living. Why are y'all putting this music on around?
I want to use this since we talk about me because a lot of, I'll say it's perception versus reality. It all comes down to opinion and people believing what the other party should do. So the next topic I want to speak on is Black History Month. We have a few days left.
Man, we got the rest of the year left.
No, and that's my whole point, Sal. That's my whole point. But I'll deliver the question. Blackness, in this sense, because a lot of people look at it when you do certain sucker shit and all that ain't black. You ain't acting black enough. You ain't doing this. What is blackness? 2021, moving forward, the state of where our people are. Violence, whatever. We got the new president. All the shit that we act like we care about when it's momentarily is all this said and done. No more racist, presidential racism. Now it's doing the work.
They still racist.
No, I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about our people.
What's blackness?
Yeah, what is blackness right now? That's Black History Month. What is the message that you want to get off? Representation of culture. And this really started when we was talking about the Sierras and the rest of
I already knew where you was going.
No, that's just a part of the conversation.
I got you. It's important to talk.
So we can start with you. Let's just speak on it.
No, I want to go last. No, I don't care. You know what? Matter of fact, we can start with stuff, but then I'll go. Do you have an opinion on that, or do you want me to go first? It don't matter.
To me, I mean, just real short. Blackness is knowing the culture, being in the culture and knowing the culture. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people made assumptions growing up that if you was black and you talk proper, you're not black enough. Like I know some proper speaking black dudes that know some hood shit. Like it's really on what you know and how well you know the culture. And even the bad side of it, we can't constantly down the people that's in the hood because they might do certain things or rich black people, but we gotta really just, if it's understood, you know what you're dealing with. To me, that's blackness.
So let me ask a specific question before one of them go there. Do you perceive that you're not black enough if your actions, just say for instance, I'm an activist. I'm married to a white woman. Does that impact his blackness?
It might impact somebody else's opinion of him, but...
Your personal opinion of it. What do you think of that? Does that matter?
To me, not if he really out there helping the community, still pitching to the black community about how to be a better man. You know, not really, he don't got a pitch that you gotta go out marry a white woman or marry a black woman, just how to be a better man.
Okay.
As long as you really put your boots on the ground and try to help, then it don't matter to me.
Facts.
I can't downplay a man being black.
Let me ask this question though, right? Now, realistically though, if it's a person that is, let's say, they aspire to be a personal trainer, a fitness guru, and all day long they telling everybody eat your vegetables, exercise, do this, that, and the third, and they do that all throughout the day. But at the end of the night, they go home and sit down with a fucking gallon of ice cream to themselves. Do you view that person as, you know what, that person is truly committed to the cause of physical fitness as they say it? No. So if it's a nigga out there,
Did he go work out?
But what he do on his personal time is up there.
Did he go work out?
Huh?
Did he go work out?
All I'm gonna say is I bet not see that ice cream personally.
Like that's what I'm saying. Now we start to see this nigga pop up at the ice cream shop all the time. Now you really fucking up the perception. But if you really do your due diligence and hide the dirt, then I can't be mad.
I just want to be clear about that. I would never say that. I can't say I would never say it because I've actually said this shit before. But let me restate my opinion on that. A person, because there's a lot of them. Y'all brought to me Dave Chappelle, Frederick Douglass.
Oh, I ain't even hit you with Dave Chappelle. Go ahead.
There's a lot of people who are black and do positive work in the black community, but they are married to non-black people. I'm not gonna say that they are anti-black, but I'm just gonna say for me, they aren't as committed to the cause as
This is any color but black, white, Mexican, Asian, anything but a black woman you're speaking of.
Well, mostly white though.
But Italian.
I just want to be clear. That's all I want to be clear. Because Asian, white, Asian.
No, right. And the reason why I say that is because other people of color have also experienced oppression, so they might, I feel like, be able to relate a little bit more. Granted,
I feel like you part of the problem.
I ain't
Put the pig in his head. Look.
No, the reason why I feel like yeah, I would look on it. You can feel that way, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But we always state that in order for white people to understand us, we have to give them a chance. Like we have to give them a chance to understand what we've been through.
I don't personally,
especially like America right now is about diversity.
The thing is,
blackness.
White people can never understand us, and I don't want them to understand us. I want them to just respect us and let us be. Let us do us.
The only
just keep watching. Let us do us. We got it.
But we have to. But you have to coexist. That's America. You have to coexist. Somewhere down the line, you have to coexist.
I don't think this kind of is changing the subject, but I don't think a man could ever understand a woman, what a woman goes through. A woman can never understand what a man goes through.
But you coexist with them.
But we can coexist. We can coexist with white people without them having. We don't have to be married to them to coexist. Hey, come on, buddy. What is that?
You have a raisin in your macaroni.
No, but to me, blackness is about the new self-expression. To me, because so often they like, you shouldn't have red hair, or we can't have tattoos in certain places, and you go to work, white dude got a tattoo on his face, and run the building. It's like we should be able to express ourselves in any way, shape, or form what we're doing. In all aspects, with every community. And also it's about understanding that we still have more research to do. We don't have all the answers.
Gotcha. I got a question for you,
So I think that's black.
if you don't have a statement on it. And I actually want everybody to answer, but I just want to start with you. What is corniness to the black community? Because I'm going to take it from what Self said. When Self said, oh, y'all speak proper. People used to look at a black person speak proper as corny or whitewashed or whatever you want to call a person a name. What is corniness in the black community?
I don't know. I just know it when I see it.
Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson. I just get this right.
Let's get it right. That's why I'm here.
There's no issue in the world with showing love to your woman, encouraging your woman, uplifting your woman.
Right.
Let's make that clear. Yeah.
He said he fears losing his woman. There's nothing wrong with none of that.
Okay.
I got the utmost, like, for any person, I got the utmost respect for him if he really feels that way.
Right.
My only problem with Russ is the shit feels forced. That's all I'm saying about Russ. Okay. Not the actual acts. The actual act of what he's doing, man, I gotta commend that. But you, as a man, you should do that for your woman. And just, if you show me he did that with that white woman, I'll stop talking.
Well, I have no proof of that. Can I go for it, Shaq?
And I'm kind of trying to combine both, because I knew that's where you was going with it anyway. Right. The whole with his blackness, with his corny thing, right? Yeah. Here's the thing. First, let me state, because I'm one of the people. I do think that Russell Wilson is corny. It has nothing to do with how he
Sierra. That's what I thought.
He was corny before he met Sierra.
That's what I was going to ask.
That's first and foremost.
And why though? If you want to explain.
First of all, let me answer the first question first. What is blackness? And like Sel said, blackness, we are not a monolith. We are not all on one code of behavior. One code. We don't all dress the same. We don't all like the same music. I mean, that's as far back as you can remember. It's always been
disrespectful.
For every
race that way.
For every W.E.B. Du Bois, there was a Booker T. Washington. For every Malcolm X, there was a Martin Luther King. For every it's always been that. For every Fresh Prince, it's a Carlton. I mean, it's always that diversity. But for me, blackness is recognizing and understanding that culture and having that love for culture, putting that culture first. And when I feel like you are anti-black is when you don't really have that appreciation for your culture. Like you allow people to laugh at our culture and you try to disassociate yourself with black culture.
Especially when it comes
basically like O.J. Simpson.
Like O.J. Simpson. Now,
I'm not black. I'm
if we been 100, I can show you pictures of Russell Wilson's haircuts before he met Sierra that show you that this nigga's corny. That he's a nigga that go get it. He don't go to the barbershop where we go to the barbershop back get his line up. He go to sports cuts or the hair cuttery and shit like that.
Go to the change or
That's hilarious.
Do you think Wayne Brady is a corny black person?
Good question.
Before Dave Chappelle was over.
Right, and that's the thing. Wayne Brady was able to look at that, make fun of himself, and acknowledge that he was just playing and now I have a new appreciation for
He's making fun of the perception of his reality.
Because he knows what he is. That's why I said it's about knowing yourself. Like you might be the person that come off as corny, but then if you just show like, nigga, I know what y'all about, that just ain't me. Like that's the thing. But then you got certain people like Russell where I kind of agree with you. Is like he does a lot of charity work, right? But I've never seen him with a black charity child. Always been a white one. I haven't seen him do one thing for the black community. So what do I say? He got a black girlfriend.
That's right.
And just to piggyback off of that, it's because it's so.
And I got another question. Specific question.
Yeah. Can I say this on camera?
Can I go for it?
I still feel like they was put together.
Him and Sierra Russ?
Yeah.
It was.
Like coming to America.
Listen, she, at this point in her life, she's only known for the niggas she fucking. At this point, he with the white people, his own black teammates don't fuck with him. They both need a little alley to get together. Now I ain't saying they don't love each other now. I'm just telling you why they got together.
That's funny because I've seen couples
shit happens, so I can't say you
like
wrong.
don't match up, but just over time
I can't say you wrong.
I said that from the very beginning. I believe that Sierra helps his image with like quote unquote credibility within the black community because again, and I make jokes about how he get his hair cut and how he dresses and stuff like that, but the reality of it is when there are a bunch of examples when Kaepernick first took the knee and different players and everything was coming out in support of the anthem protest. Russell Wilson didn't speak up initially and support that protest. In fact, they refused to take a knee. They did some old lock arms.
The whole team did that. Richard Sherman and
the
whole team did
But
it.
Pete Carroll made it clear that he told them they could kneel, do whatever they want. But Russell was one of the main people that said, no, we're going to stand.
But that's the whole team. You can still speak for yourself. Richard Sherman stood his ass up and locked arms too. The same person you said is all for.
Like I said,
Beast Mode on that team?
Beast Mode was there?
Not at that time, he wasn't.
At 18 he was? No, he was with the Raiders. He was with the Raiders.
He came back.
He might have been retired in 16, and Richard Sherman might
I
have
was just
been.
curious what Beast Mode would have done, because he a real
Right.
nigga.
So that's one example of that. He had,
The whole team. Don't see the singling out.
he was the captain of the team. Why do you keep on?
But you still had your choice to do what the fuck you wanted to do. The captain ain't gonna say it
So
to
you saying they followed the
You
leader?
started quarterback.
They found out he don't need it.
So they corny too then. Fuck wrong, that's corny. You got your own opinion. You can do your own thing, bro.
Bro, no, if we in
All the Patriots didn't go to the White House. Tom Brady went. The rest of them didn't go.
But that's in-game and out.
One of them when they won the Super Bowl. Some of them went to the White House meet Trump. Others didn't.
You sure Tom went? Because one of them.
No, I'm just saying.
Go to.
Right.
But
I don't want to lose my question.
No, I'm just saying you trying to single them out. The whole team did it. So you can't label
following
that.
his direction though.
We're not even talking about the whole team. We talking about him.
But you just said that people on the team ain't even fuck with him and all this, and they pro-black, so it's just like the same niggas that. So that's all I'm saying. Just
all niggas can be corny. He corny too. This shit's going on too long.
Right now, but just to finish that whole point is this though, right? The things that like that whole rejection of Russell Wilson, everybody calling him corny, this, that, and the third. I have a theory on why that is. Because prior, like you said, Jones, prior to him getting with Sierra, she dated whoever else she dated, and that's fine. She's an adult, she's free to do that. But once they got together, the narrative, and it was a media-driven narrative that both Sierra and Russell Wilson played into. There's a bunch of articles and interviews online that you can go and reference. They played into this narrative of, well, you know, finally a real man came along and said and made an honest woman out of her and showed how to do it the right way, and he wasn't just trying to play house and wanting to date her and trying to get the goodies, and he wanted to go to church first and do it the right way and the right way and the right way. But the reality of it is, so they try to make it seem like anybody that doesn't approach it like that is less of a man. And in the reality, that's not necessarily the case. Just because, for all we know, at that time, just like Sierra was dating them, they were dating her, and marriage was never even an option. That wasn't what the end goal was. So why all of a sudden, just because they didn't marry her, that mean they ain't shit or that?
Well, she was engaged to Amari and Future.
Well, I'm interested.
I'm just saying she was.
Some women,
Well, he fact you.
Some women get completely brand new after leaving a little turbulent relationship and then turn into a whole different woman. Like, you don't even carry the same characteristics that you had with the last man. And now you acting like you did when you would like the new man you got, or the old man didn't appreciate the shit that you doing for your new man. Like, you wasn't even doing that shit.
And some women not built to embrace a new man.
You will, right? Because somebody said this to me the other day. That different people bring on different sides of you, which is true though. Right? That can be like you get with a new person, a new woman. You may do things that you did not do with your ex, right? But nobody does a complete 180. Nobody. Who you are, just
might
who
be
you
hiding that shit a
are.
little bit, but it's in there somewhere.
That shit is going to come out. That's why I made the point when I said this shit to you about Russ, about his ex.
Right.
Yes, Sierra could be like she wants public love. Like that's what she does, right? But some of him, some of who he really is going to come out in all of this. You're not just going to, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, Z because she love it. It can't be all. It's not going to be 100% just her. Some of him, some of his personality will come into this, will show through this. That's what I'm saying.
I don't disagree.
If he was anything like this, he'd have done even 30% of this shit with his ex.
And I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit.
People can evolve.
People do.
And you still learn. You learn relationships.
I'm saying though, as much as you evolve, as much as any person evolves, the core of who you are does not change.
But I will say this though, on the heels of that whole conversation, it sparked a lot of conversation. It legitimately is in the black community right now. It's a problem, dog, between the men and the women. It's the black men and black women. There is a lot of trauma, a lot of mistrust, and a lot of division.
Well, I think it's simply this. Men find Russell Wilson corny, and depending on your perception of it, women find niggas like Future corny. It's not cool.
I find niggas like Future.
But a lot of niggas not, y'all will say that a lot of niggas gonna say Future gonna say something real slick about it. Yeah, cause she mine. And a nigga gonna put gold underneath it. And a lot of people gonna go on the goat of the shit talking, being toxic, all that shit. I'm just reading off what the internet say.
But can I cut in?
Go for it.
This is my point. What I hate though
it's perception versus reality.
Yes, I personally think Future is corny. I think he makes great music.
You think most niggas in the street think Future corny?
I think most niggas in the street don't even think of themselves. But
okay,
right.
Ain't that a question?
But no, most niggas won't. They won't.
They love Future.
But my whole point is like. Future, he's labeled as toxic X, Y, Z. He got all these baby mothers, but at what point does that 4, 5, 6, 7 baby mother be held accountable?
I agree.
And at what point? And at what point? By that same standard, at what point if Sierra go from 50 Cent to Bow Wow to Amari to Future, at what point do we say, all right, well, maybe it wasn't the fact that a knight in shining armor came along and saved her. Maybe she changed her preferences, or she was more selective in the kind of man that she wanted. If you got 4 niggas who you saying ain't the kind of man why take 4 of them?
You credit that. You think she hollered at Russell or Russell hollered at her?
Can't none of them niggas throw a fastball, nigga. That endanger Russ, nigga.
I mean, Gabrielle Union done dated.
Women always want to athlete.
Gabrielle Union dated 7 B-list celebrities.
The one thing I was gonna say is crazy how women will put up or just do whatever with a man because of his money. It don't matter if he's corny or not. But if a regular nigga out here trying to make a living, it's like they'll give you That was the crime. Like, yeah, that's the crazy.
You know how that goes.
But I think with relationships, when like when you come out something turbulent, you got to do a self-evaluation. If you don't do that, you can just keep hurting people, keep putting yourself in bad situations. So Sierra, and this is not me speaking for, but it's just for any of us. Sometimes you got to take a seat back, like I'm gonna try something different. And maybe just something different was a nigga come and say, I ain't even trying to flame. I'm trying to get to know you. Let's go out to eat. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then it could work in that way.
If you like that, both y'all publishers be like, yeah, y'all should get together.
Oh, I was thinking back to this. But you know that too, though. Everybody out there.
I look good.
Nobody, or at least none of us on this panel, is saying that the way he loves his woman and the way he treats his family is what makes him corny. That's not it at all.
Every man should uplift their woman, encourage their woman, and make sure she could be the best of her. Absolutely, every man should do that. If you not doing that, then nigga, you corny too.
Facts.
Ooh, that was
With that being said, I think we can head to the end of our show. So last but not least, Crew Hair Care, Crew Cosmetics, Baby the Barber One, King's Barbershop. Make sure y'all go check my man out. You can find him on our pages, our Instagram pages.
How much is something?
Unbiased Podcast, D-Best Pop.
Give him the price tag. Give him the Unbiased code. The Unbiased discount code. You get 20% off.
Alright, so
you should stand at 10%. Nigga, they up with the tax.
Sal, I know you watched the show. This is our final segments. You know how we give it up. Final words. You just say somebody that's still alive, give them their flowers, and then final words, just a message you're going to leave with the people. So you ain't got to go first since you the guest. I'll kick it off first this time.
But up to people that's dead.
Yeah, I do. And it's crazy you said that because I'm about to do it again. I'm going to give it up, not actually to my grandmother. It's just my grandmother's death anniversary. Just hit. She's been gone for a little over a year. But I'm not actually giving it up to her. I'm giving it up to the people whose grandmothers are still living. Hear me out. I'm giving it up to the people whose grandmothers are still living.
Nigga, you just say you were going to get up to somebody that was dead.
Well, I was mentioning, I'm piggybacking it all for her, but I'm not really giving it up to her. I'm not going to mention him, but one of my close friends' grandmother just passed away this weekend. So condolences to his family. And I'm going to say that if your grandmother is still living, don't regret the questions that you could have asked him. It's a little shit about my mom's childhood that I wish I asked my grandmother. My grandfather died when I was 2, so I could never ask him. But yeah, it's stuff that I could ask my grandmother. She lived most of my life, and I never got a chance to ask her certain things. So if your grandmother living, go see Granny, talk to her for that 5-10 minutes while she's still up, and get them questions and answers.
Shout out Granny.
She dozing. My grandma was dozing.
I just want to know, right? Not to make light of this shit, but the nigga said I wanted to ask my grandmother about shit like my mother's childhood. Nigga, ask your mother.
No, she ain't gonna be able to tell me from her mother's aspect. She can't tell me how my mother was. My mother gonna tell me what she tell me today. She always right. That's how my mother be rolling. She not gonna tell me what Granny could have told me. She used to shit herself to like 7 or 8, some shit like that. It's a funny story. It's some little stuff that I could have asked her about. I never went on. Every time we would go to my grandma's house, I wouldn't really want to go because I'm not trying to go sit over there. But I was like 5-10 minute conversations. I could have got so much information out of her. And now I sit back and think I can't do that shit. So while your grandmother's still living, go talk to them. Any of your OGs.
She don't have no older sisters?
Man, they all gone.
No, your mother don't have no older sisters or
brothers? Valerie, she a year older than my sister. She can't tell me much more than what she fucking knows. She was a baby. But whoever wants to be next.
I'm gonna go ahead and I give it up to my grandmother. She been going through hell, man. She done been through 3 hip surgeries. She just went through her last hip surgery and was going through the rehab and was supposedly came home the week after Christmas and ended up catching COVID. So she just been gone. I haven't seen my grandmother since Christmas, bro. So
since Christmas?
Yeah. So she's supposed to be coming back next week. So I just want to shout
her out. She out here fighting.
Fighting.
Keep fighting.
Everybody in
Me?
Oh shoot, my turn.
Give it up to who you want.
Let me see who I'm gonna give it up to. Damn, I don't even know.
This is my phone room.
Yeah. Let's run the phone room. We can keep this home though, man. I'm gonna give it up to. Matter of fact, I know who to give it up to. It's 2 people. My girl's birthday was recently, and I supported 2 black businesses to help her, man. Bad Hair Day extensions. Like that hair is amazing. I brought bundles. Nika's Sweet Treats, boom, sister that make the cakes, amazing cakes. Amazing cakes.
The other way though.
I don't know how to do it. That was my first time.
A strand of hair.
That was my first time. I don't know what to do, but
Shan look like Michael another way.
No.
I didn't know that. No,
I didn't know. I I didn't know, but no lie, them two black businesses, man, I called. I asked both of them.
Local business?
Local businesses. One of them, the shop is in Glen Burnie off Hospital Drive. The Bad Hair Day shop and Nika Sweet Treats on Instagram. And I called both of them virtually last minute, told them I needed this and pull up. They took care of me and man, amazing man. So I want to thank them and shout out them their two businesses. So
shout out businesses. Nika Sweet Treats and
Bad Hair Day Extensions, BHD_extensions on Instagram if I ain't mistaken. So shout out to them. Thank you.
Shit.
I'm gonna give it up to the nigga by Bob with a Rose even popping right now. My man Big E.
Paul Walker's everything.
He's right there. Bob with a Rose.
Shout out to Pops, man.
Yeah, he way cooler than
Yo, I seen him at Home Depot with some pink Adidas on. I said, what the hell is he doing?
He like Pharrell.
Pink show here. Not just Adidas, they were show.
And my man make the best crab cakes in the city.
Yeah, definitely had one before I came in this bitch today.
Oh shit.
Yeah, definitely can sit in the world.
How come I ain't had none of them, bro?
Yeah, come through, bro. You're a green brown legend, so you can give it all the fuck you want, man. You the man around here. Come through,
it's
bro.
Funny, man, Buddy got this thing. He been getting a lot of certifications and good awards too. So we always got this thing. We say GDC and shout each other out.
Yeah, Green Brian running shit, nigga. You gonna take over this fucking stuff.
When we was born up, I thought y'all niggas was rich in Green Brian.
Hey, we used to have a lot of niggas infiltrate our neighborhood, fuck bitches.
Yeah, it was through. I got some stories. I'll let you do, motherfucker.
All camera.
Yeah, man, the Broadway and set, nigga. Shout out to Davis Wall. We out here. Shad, what you giving up to?
Now this one a little bit touchy for me.
Oh, Lord. I'm from my home.
Matter of fact, Wayne, let me get a close-up, Wayne, please.
Yes.
Because this week, man, for real, man, I want to start off by saying fuck cancer. But this week, man, we lost a titan in the industry of media, man.
What's his name?
Rush Limbaugh. But in fact, let me close up, Wayne. I want to say, man, Rush Limbaugh, for a long time, you was on Fox News. You said a lot of things. You did a lot of things that people don't understand, man. But you were really a legend, man. I'm gonna leave it at that.
He's going straight to hell.
Hey, I can't speak on that because I ain't the man in charge of that. But I just want to say, Rush Limbaugh, though, man. Remember that one time you called President Obama's wife? You insinuated that she might have been transsexual. There was one time. Matter of fact, you didn't even call him President Obama. You called that man Barack the Magic Negro. These are facts.
Yes,
These are facts. I remember when you used to go on your radio show on every year they have National AIDS Day, and you would, read off famous gay people who died from AIDS and kind of, ring horns and celebrate. So, I mean, you was just a lot. So with that, I just want to say rest in peace.
I celebrate your death.
You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Rush Limbaugh.
Yes. See you in hell.
All right, so
did y'all see the cigar dude bigging Yo Up? And motherfuckers was killing him on the internet, talking about how you love to have a good cigar. It's like, bitch, that's the bitch he did. Yeah.
I will say this, that motherfucker went out on his own terms. That nigga Rush was right, but hey.
Can I give it up to y'all for the show, bro?
Appreciate you, bro, man. We appreciate you.
Doing it for the culture, bro. We gotta keep shows like this, the conversation, because this is the barbershop talk that you get to hear. Not everybody get that experience to be in the barbershop, so this is that, and then spread out to the community and then the world, bro. So keep this shit.
Appreciate you. Is that your final words? That was actually perfect. Before you guys throw the alley-oop to you.
Yeah, but why the fuck is he over here on the Shaquille Sunflower?
Yo, this nigga just came in here. That nigga's Ice Cube and Howard.
Yeah, what you say? What you telling me?
What is high? What is higher?
What they say in Poetic Justice, nigga, your fade ain't even that tight.
I mean, fuck you, bitch.
My last words is
Final words?
after watching Judas and the Black Messiah, I think it was an amazing movie. Other people have their different opinions, man. Let's stop putting black people against black people. Them black actors in that movie was amazing. I don't give a fuck if they're from UK, South Africa, Europe. That was amazing acting, and we just got to start embracing black culture as a whole and just not think black culture is just black America. Black culture is worldwide.
Because we were separated anyway, so stop beefing with each other. Good shit, man. My final thoughts, I'm going to stick with the Black History Month thing, man. Do your own research on our history. You ain't going to learn it from school. You're not going to learn it from this country. Black history is deeply rooted in a lot of, we kings, we women queens, we kings. Just do your own research on Black history. I'll leave it at that. I could elaborate. But don't expect to know about yourself from people who don't give a fuck about you or your lineage.
And fuck racism.
And fuck racism.
And
Peace and love to
do
all.
your background on your blood, where you came.
Yeah, all of that. All of that.
Because you could be from the UK. You look like one of them.
I did my blood test. I'm from Nigeria and
UK.
Ain't no fucking UK in Nigeria.
You
Yeah, but February is the shortest month, and we got the most motherfucking rich history. So shout out to us, man.
How our leaders let them hit us with this though? Like how we get February? Why we couldn't get March?
Somebody brought this up to me yesterday.
We couldn't get a season.
I just thought about it.
We could have got.
Why is it Martin Luther King Boulevard to drive always in the poor community? Is it any rich?
They did that shit on purpose, yo.
But that's another way of why you dumbing down on history. Why you think little kids and youngins don't respect Martin Luther King now? You bring
that's a fact.
They sweep all that shit underneath the
all
rug.
black people want to move there.
They took our religion, they whitewashed everything and swept everything underneath the rug. So that's why they give us a short ass month so it could quickly be the fuck over with. Just how they try to make us.
I mean, we was
flash.
even when we was talking. I mean, not to get too far back into the woods, but even when we was talking about it in the group chat, yo, it's amazing that you think about in the grand scheme of things. We never learned any of this in school for real.
Nothing. That's why I said it.
In the grand scheme of things, the Black Panthers really only had like a 6 to 8 year run, roughly. You know what I mean?
I said 5.
That was making the playoffs. They only won a championship probably 2 years.
They had a Warriors run, man.
They had a real short run. But if you juxtapose that to the KKK has existed in this country for 200 years.
And you would think Black Panthers was like the first terrorist organization in this motherfucking country to weigh history. And say do your own research.
And for the director of what was it, the CIA or FBI or whatever.
I'm talking about who?
For him to say that in an actual speech that we must prevent the rise of a black messiah. He said the words like he didn't even hide it. We must protect or prevent the rise of the black messiah. That should tell you everything you need to know about
Hoover was a motherfucker. And there's so many movies done on Hoover, not even just on black. He was fucking the mob over. He was on everybody.
Let's not forget he was a homosexual with that.
That's a big
Isn't it crazy how the Republicans that hate homosexuals be homosexuals?
Yeah. Most people who hate homosexuals
be homosexual. But that's also why we gotta stop this black on black like beef over black shit. We gotta really start gaining understanding and perspective so we can all move forward. Because Malcolm and Martin ain't doing it the same way. Did they like each other? They met each other once.
They was kind of starting.
I think they were starting to become cool before they came out.
Martin started to see more of Malcolm views.
And Malcolm
as he got older. Because Martin got killed, 5 years after Malcolm?
Three. And that's the funny thing. And I'm going to leave it at that. When Malcolm died, he was becoming less vigilant. And Martin, when he died, he was becoming more vigilant.
He put all people in the burning.
And you know what's crazy? I watched Malcolm X the other day. And it's crazy how we say you believe. Certain people see shit and you believe. Like, you should know that already. The fact that it took Malcolm to go to Mecca that knew that it wasn't just black Muslims, he did not, everything Elijah Muhammad, he really did not know that there's other people who pray to Islam. That's crazy to me that he had to fucking fly to Mecca to realize it was white, Asian.
But you gotta think though,
that's so crazy.
You gotta think though, it was the 50s and 60s.
And I know Harlem was black and shit, but still.
But that's even today. There's a lot of things black people do. And we don't even know black people do. Like, that's white people shit. Like, no, we do that shit.
That's why when people say, oh, black people, you're talking white. Nah, nigga, we really come from speaking proper. Like, I think Nas said on his new album, like, the dumbest part of Africa created algebra. The dumbest part of Africa created algebra. Like, and that's history, like, you really got to deep dive into our history, but like, that's crazy when you think about that shit. We brought so much shit to European language and all that shit. Africans did. But if you don't know that, they ain't gonna be taught to us nowhere.
And it's intelligent the way the country evolved. First we was broke with all, trying to learn knowledge. Now they give us the money and we still skip the knowledge and don't know what to do with it. So we fucked up financially. No financial literacy in our community.
And it be showing y'all two things could be true. America, one thing I give props to Republicans are over it. They smart as a motherfucker for everything they did to brainwash us, but it also show you how strong we is that black people made it through all the bullshit, trickery and games, and we still the greatest. And we the fucking greatest.
I still don't know how the fuck these white people come out on top. Like, how did they come out?
Man, listen. When
you make the game, you design it for you to win.
The evil asses are smart.
They made it, right? You could say they made it, but it wasn't really always like that way. Like, how did they rise to that while everybody else kind of, and they kept everybody else down?
That's what the research coming because it's like still shit that we learning to this day of how they suppressed us. And
even the slave path, all them fucking black people in the islands, they tossed them off. You know too much. Drop your ass off.
And isn't it crazy? It's just all this thoughts coming to me.
We done turned into an election.
Well, no. It's just okay. We can wrap it up. Because if everybody already said they final words, I think somebody else had to go. You got to go. Yeah, because I think y'all two both got to go for final words. So I'm gonna end it with this. Isn't it crazy the mentality of the black man changing? Malcolm X went from, like when the person in jail told him, think about every white person you ever met. Has you ever met a good white person? But then you fast forward to Fred Hampton, his mission wasn't just to get blacks. The Rainbow Coalition was about anybody that's oppressed. I don't give a fuck about your color. Because that one little speech scene I love in the movie when it was like the white people in the back and then the black gang. I just thought that was so powerful because that's what they saw in the Black Messiah. He was bringing together all people.
That's
a part of the reason.
That's a part of the reason why the Black Panthers broke up too, though, because they got the beefing over
shit like that.
Should white people be allowed into the organization? Stokely Carmichael, who at the time had become like the prime minister, or he was one of the leadership roles with the Black Panthers. He was like, nah, we ain't letting no white people up in this. You know what I mean?
You can keep the ball going. You done.
Nah, I mean, like I said, man, just piggybacking off of that, we got 8 more days left of this month, Black History Month, so to speak. But like I said, bro, I'm learning every day that it requires constant effort to learn. Where it can't just be during this month or during, you know what I mean? It has to be literally a daily effort to learn the truth, because the more and more I see things like what shit we was talking about on social media, everything from male versus female dynamics and I mean just literally every aspect of society has been impacted by racism and the slave trade or what have you. So I just encourage everybody to just know that and approach it with that knowledge.
Mr. Jones, take us home.
I always say the same shit, but since we've been talking about like relationships and shit today, I just want to say that I feel like all people, man and woman, we all need to communicate better. People should try to communicate better. Men should be open and honest in what you expect from a person. The same thing with a woman. Better communication could lead to better results. And stay true to being real, staying true to yourself.
Episode 18, Unbiased Podcast, Self-Spit Fire. We out.
Fire in the city.